This is If My People Bible Reading Part 120. This is a intermission from reading the Word. Um, I do a lot of reading and a lot of civics. I know you don't teach civics in school anymore. Civics is like vitally important to understand. A very sad situation in the United States, and they don't teach it in the world either. But after doing some research for the last number of hours, I've come up with some things I want to say before we go to part 120. So this is Bible reading, If My People Bible Reading, part 119. If I said 120, I didn't mean to say that. This is entitled, Come Out of Her, My People. And this is a plea to all you shepherds who are reading this, listening to this, hearing this. Number one, the evilness in this world is increasing. It's not 1 verses 2 or 3 verses 4. This is the kingdom of Yahweh versus the kingdom of evil. Hasatan. For those people who don't believe in Satan, you're not going to get any of this. So just turn the page and go watch cartoons. Oh, that's right. You don't see cartoons anymore. Did you notice they took them all off the air? Racist. Forget about being funny. Forget about comedians throughout the entire world who laugh at themselves. And I know many, 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 many Jewish comedians who laugh at themselves. Wow. You haven't heard nothing since March. The evilness world is increasing. So, get out of debt. Owe no man, no one anything. That means your house, your home, your car, your debt, your credit cards, your debit cards. Debt. If you're in debt, you will have a tendency to do whatever is necessary to keep your precious credit. Get out of debt. You just listen to what I'm saying. Don't argue. Get out of debt. Church, for those who can't, tell me, you haven't even tried. Church doctrines with traditions of men, false doctrines, they are rampant and they are not repenting. There's no repentance. They just have revival so they can collect money every fall for the offertory and the tithing. Yeah, right. To pay their debt. There is no church in the world that ever should build a church unless you have the money to build it. Don't borrow from them. You need to be set apart from the world. Live in this world, but be set apart from it. Don't go hiding in a hole. Don't get a bunch of submachine guns and get ready to take on the world with thousands of rounds of ammunition. Part C here, 98%. This is in Western society. 98% of the people in the Western society, whether you're middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, no class, you have a great power over 2% of what's left in the world. You better hang on your 2% and get out of debt. But those 2%, well, they own 98% of everything, and guess what? They want it all, and you don't understand that. You don't get it. There's somebody who has everything you can think of, millionaire, billionaire, whatever. They want it all. They want the power and control beyond that. There will be no worldwide revival, no name it, claim it churches, no prosperity churches. Nothing they say is going to come true. It's all a pack of lies, even during the millennium. So let's believe. So don't believe the prosperity churches, the churches of Hasatan, the synagogues of Hasatan. Even the millennium, as I've told before, the millennium is a iron scepter rule. You're not gonna, if you hate Jesus Christ now as that loving little figure, then that's all you think about him. Wait till you see the Lion of Judah coming. You're gonna hate him even more. It's either Yeshua doesn't want lukewarm. He wants you to be one or the other. So be one or the other. If you're the one who should be, then be. Get out of debt. I don't know how many times I can say it. Next, number 2. The next Christ who comes in his name is not Yeshua. It's the Antichrist. He's going to come in his name and they're going to grab it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm not talking about the pagans, the heathens. They were already on his side. It's the people who think they're Christians are going to take it hook, line, and sinker. Get it? Part A. He can be identified by his wonders, where he claims it's a sacred holy site. Now I'm going to go from here reading to a picture, and I'm going to use this picture from here on out, so you'll get a better idea what I'm talking about. This is Jerusalem at the time of King Herod. This is Moriah, according to Jewish people, who, by the way, when the Muslims invaded and they wanted to know where the holy site was, the Jews in that area and the other people in Judea told them it was up here. Huge, fantastic lie. And that's where they built the Dome of the Rock. And that's where the Jews today say is Holy Land. No, it's not. Now here's another similar picture, Jerusalem at the time of Yeshua. Similar picture, just drawn different kind of scales, but same thing. Here's the so-called temple site, Moriah, and here's the Ophel. Now down here is and as we're looking on here, okay, here is this part right here, this part in the lower Ophel, just before the valley, the city of David. David had his house here. Solomon had his kingdom here, his castle, if that's what you want to call it. And then right here was where the temple was. That's where David's his wilderness temple, and then Solomon built his temple where his father had it. He didn't move it up the hill. It is here. How do I know? Because this is the virgin's font. This is where the priest had to get daily lots and lots of water every single day. And so they had to have access to it. They couldn't drag it up the hill. And second of all, the threshing floors of Araunah, nobody goes to the top of a hill. The wind blows constantly there, and it blows across. It blows across. No one puts a threshing floor where the wind blows across. They want it where the wind blows up. So they would build it here, where the wind comes down, the wind comes up, catches the wheat and the chaff, and separates it so the kernels fall down, they can collect it. Goodness sakes, Agronomy 101 would tell you that. And first and second of all, the Jews are not going to say where the Temple Mount was. They wouldn't say it to the Muslims who built a mosque there. For goodness sakes, everybody's confused. But along comes Satan, and he'll say, the Antichrist, and he'll say, oh, it's up here. He'll say, oh, it's up here. Now, he's going to be identified because he's going to say that's it. When anyone who claims to be the Messiah coming says it's there, run. All right? Part B, the Antichrist will perform the abomination of desolation there. This is a ritual of the blood sacrifice, just exactly what was done until 70 AD when the blood sacrificing stopped. Why did it stop? Because Yeshua said it was going to stop, and plus the fact that he was saying that because he was the Messiah and he died on the tree. He ended forever the blood sacrifice, okay? So if the Antichrist does it, that's the abomination of desolation, not taking a porky pig and sacrificing it there. That was done during the Maccabean time, and it is not it. It is in the future yet to come. Yeshua ended that forever when he was crucified on the tree 2,000 years ago. So when you start hearing this about this temple site, Yahweh is smarter than man. Let's see. I've got 5 more minutes. I've got 5 more minutes to get this across. Yahweh is smarter than man. He knows what he's doing. Okay? You've got to put your trust in the Father. Number 3, the actual site is detailed on the maps being shown. Now, this is pretty accurate. Now, when you go to Jerusalem today, it doesn't look like this because it's all been changed. But here's something fascinating that you can get a Jerusalem map when you go there anyway or get it online, and you'll notice there's a 4-lane highway going around the 4 parts of Jerusalem today, the 4 quarters. And it happens to go through an area of the only area south of the Temple Mount. This Temple Mount was where the Romans were. That's where they stationed their legions and thousands of troops. You can't put your thousands of troops here in the Temple of Antonia. That's the Tower of Antonia. Sorry, the tower. You can't put it in a tower. You can put maybe 50 people there, maybe 30 people there, but you can't put a couple thousand up to 10,000 people there. You need space. So it's the biggest lie I've ever found in history so far. It is a huge lie that was put out to protect the area. Yahweh is smarter than we are. Number 4, wait upon Yeshua to come and get you, no matter where you are, as Yahweh said. Where you may worship him, where he chooses. So he said that Yahweh says, I will choose where you will worship me until my son comes. He said that. We've already read it. It's been said many times. He will come get us. We do not go here and camp around here because we love Jesus and we love the Bible and we want to do everything right. Don't follow what the Jews are telling you. And second of all, what the Jews are also telling you, they say you can't come to the land anyway. You're not Jewish. And if you're of the other 11 tribes, they could care less. Number 5, stop pagan rituals of Christmases, Hanukkah, Easter bunnies, the Easter meals, eating ham. Eating ham on Easter and Christmas. Isn't that great? Non-kosher foods, kashrut. Number 6, follow the royal Torah feast. You know what that is. You've been following me. Number 7, know and follow the continuing Old Covenant Torah and study the New Covenant Torah laws. Number 8, being set apart means we do not hide in caves. We do not take the mark of the beast. What does that mean? We do not, with our forehead, think evil thoughts. And with our right hand actions, we do not do evil thoughts. We follow Torah, especially the New Covenant Torah. The mark of Cain was his thinking and his behavior, and he spread it throughout the world. So there you go. I wanted to bring this up. Come out of her, my people, and don't get trapped into anyone, especially a minister or a rabbi or the Antichrist. They're all in cahoots right now, okay? I love you enough to say this. I love you enough to say this and mean every word of it, because bad things are coming. And I'm not going to tiptoe around it. Evil things are coming. Bad things are going to happen to good people. A good, wonderful Christian could get in a car and simply not pay attention for a second while they're looking at their phone because they want to keep in touch with their cell phones and everything going on it. And the minute that phone does something, Pavlov's dog jumps in and they look down and they start looking down at it and crash and they die. Does that mean that Yahweh hates them? No. Does that mean it was just their time? No. They chose their time by their poor behaviors. That's what I'm talking about. We are and should be in control of our own behaviors. And everything goes to the Father. Everything goes through the Son to the Father. And what is our comfort until he comes? The Ruach. And what does the Ruach get? Everything to comfort us from the Kadosh, from the Ruach HaKadosh. Hang in there. This is the book of Isaiah that we're going through. I enjoy it so much, but I just felt I needed to put this out to you. It's time. Shalom.